So the last thing is, even though we've hidden these links from people if they're not logged in, new tweet, edit, destroy, we have to realize that hiding links is different from actually protecting the controller. The links are happening inside of the view, right? And they're just HTML. But a user could still, who's not logged in, go to like /tweets/new, and they're going to get an error message, but they're getting an error message because current user doesn't exist, and it's trying to call tweets on current user. They're not really getting anything exactly that we want to be giving them. Really, what we want them to have is if they try to go to a page that, that they shouldn't be going to, we should force them to log in. So I want them to be forced to log in if they try to go to tweets/new. Maybe they bookmarked it or something like that, or the edit page as well. I can do that by actually relying on a method that Devise gives us. If you look at the Devise documentation, there's something called authenticate user. And we can run this, authenticate. Here we go. This is called a before action, and this is something we can put inside of our controller to basically lock down specific actions. So I can put up here the top before action authenticate user exclamation point, and you can read this and it tells you more about the authenticate user function and user signed in and current user. But what happens here is if I go to tweets new, I'm going to be forced, it actually sends me to the login page and it says you need to sign in or sign up before continuing, which is really cool. That's exactly what we wanted to do. The problem is this has locked down all of our actions. So this happens now, literally this function, which is defined inside of Devise somewhere. We could take a look at it if we wanted to, but it's locking down index and show as well. So if I went to tweets, I would still be forced to log in. So there's one way, which is you can specifically apply it to only one of the actions. So like right now I can go to tweets and it'll still work because I put this only new. But if I do tweets/new, only there it'll force me to log in. You could pass in a list as well. So I can do a list. This is just Ruby with, I wrap this in square brackets. And you can do commas in here, such as the edit or the create. Or I can actually do something really similar, but it's the opposite. I can basically lock down everything except for some specific actions, which is how I'm going to do because I don't want to add all of these in here and force someone to be logged in. So I can say you have to be logged in except on the index and the show views. I can get rid of this last one. So now, if I try to go to tweets/new, I'll have to log in. But if I just go to tweets, I can see them, and if I just click show, I can see any particular tweet, which is kind of how Twitter works. You can still see like the tweets and see individual tweets without having to be logged in. So this is before actions, and there's a lot you can do with before actions. You can write your own function at the bottom here, and then you can call that in a before action. So you can check to make sure, for example, that the tweet that someone's trying to edit is actually owned by them. But we're kind of covered right now because we're only trying to find it from within the current user's tweets instead of finding it from within all the tweets. So this is all that I'm going to do right now to lock down my controller, and it should be good enough.